This is the 1920 Sheffield Simplex car. It was built in Sheffield in 1920 as a prototype that would have become the next production model post-World War I. Sheffield Simplex cars were the pinnacle of car manufacturing. They were competing on a level playing field with Rolls-Royce to be the most prestigious, most expensive, most luxurious, most powerful car built in the UK. The 1920 car is one of only 3 Simplex cars still in existence. We have the 1910 car on loan, we have the 1920 car that I drive out to shows, and way over in Australia there's a 1915 car in a museum as well. The car was donated to Sheffield Industrial Museums Trust by Sir Norman Adsets in the 90s. He donated it on the proviso that we drive it on the road to promote the museum's operations. At the beginning of a season, we jack the car up and tap all the spokes to make sure they're okay. We grease the linkages on all the suspension rods, and we change the engine oil despite the fact that the car doesn't do much mileage. Before the cars can be driven, we have to put petrol in a tank above the engine because there's no petrol pumps on these cars. Each and every trip out, we check the water level in the engine, we check the engine oil for level and top up. The engine uses 2-stroke oil to lubricate the top end above the cylinders, so we top up the 2-stroke oil, and finally we check the tyre pressures. The tyres run at 95 psi, which is very, very high. The only thing holding the tyres on the rims is the pressure. There are no metal beads in these tyres. Between the years 1907 and 1922, we calculate about 2,500 cars were manufactured at the Tinsley plant. Sheffield Simplex Motor Company was started in 1907 and manufactured cars through to 1922. It was owned by the 7th Earl of Fitzwilliam from Wentworth Woodhouse in Barnsley. At the turn of the century in the early 1900s, there were 9 car manufacturers in Sheffield. Most of the small companies went to the wall after World War I, as did Sheffield Simplex. But the lasting examples that we've got of Sheffield Simplex show the greatness of Sheffield steel, ingenuity of the design engineers, and the fortitude of the 7th Earl of Fitzwilliam in wanting to make the greatest car out of the greatest steel. Driving a car from 1920 is nothing like driving a modern car. The car itself is 19 feet long and weighs getting on for 2 tons. The brakes are only drum brakes, front and rear. You have to anticipate modern road users and give plenty of room and space for manoeuvring in modern traffic. But once you get your eye in, it's very rewarding to drive. But the responsibility weighs hard on your shoulders that you're driving a unique car, a one of a kind. It's important that we keep the collection within the museum so that it's maintained and conserved exactly as they came out of the factory. So long as there's an engineering team at the museum and people interested in learning how to drive and maintain it, there's no reason why this car should not be running still in 100 years' time.